Okay, this is the network that I want you guys to put together today. You'll notice it's very similar to what we've already done in the past. In this instance, though, we have a server, a PC, switch, 2 routers, another switch, another server, and a laptop. Today the focus is going to be on services or protocols. Okay? We notice we also have 3 networks. You have the 1-0 network, the 2-0 network, and the 3-0 network. On the 1-0 network, notice that on this side of the router, which is the gateway, it's 1.1. On this side of the router, it's 2.1, 2.2, 3.1, and notice that this is connected with this red, without the clock, the red connection. Okay, so let's look at the server first. Now, servers always have to have static IP addresses. So when you go into desktop and IP, the first thing you want to do is give it a static IP address. I like giving my server, typically from 1.2 to 1.10. If I have 10 servers on that network, we're going to use the default or the subnet mask, and then the default gateway is 1.1. Okay, and it's 1.1 because this is the default gateway as how the network will leave, how the traffic will leave the network. All right, so I have my IP address set up. Now I want to open up a couple services. One of the services I want to play with is the HTTP service, which is already turned on. I want to edit the index.html, and I want to add the words CBIS 3213 and just replace where it said Cisco Packet Tracer. Another service I want to play with is the DHCP, or Dynamic Host Core Protocol. Okay, I want to turn it on, and then I want to click on this. That's the item that's down here, and it will load everything here. With it turned on, I want to set this up so that all of my computers on that network will get their IP addresses dynamically. Okay, so I'm going to set the DHCP server, or the default gateway, to 1.1, the DNS server, the domain name server, to 1.4, and then I want to start my pool, my IP address pool, I want to start it with 1.10. I also want to give the subnet mask 255, 255, 255, and say 100 users can be on this network. Okay? Now, if we look at the PC and go to ipconfig, you'll notice that this is using DHCP instead of static, and so you'll notice that when you have it set to static, it asks for the IP addresses to be put in. If you use DHCP, it sends that request and it grabs it and just takes the next one off the pool. So if you add another computer, let me just grab another computer, put another computer out here and connect it into the switch. Okay, and when you configure that computer, it's going to request that IP address from the DHCP server, and it says it failed. DHCP failed, a PIPA is being used, which means this 169.254.18.200 address is a PIPA address, meaning it's okay to use DHCP. There's no DHCP server found. We're going to use the Microsoft default DHCP server, and it's just going to try to give it a 169.254 with a random number on the end. But watch, if we do it again, I just did it too fast. I wanted to show you what a PIPA was. If we do it again, it's going to search it out, and now it's going to give it a 12. Okay, and then the cool part is it sets all this up where the default gateway is already set up, the subnet mask is set up, and the DNS server is also set up. So let's look at this DNS server. What is the DNS server actually doing? If we click on the web browser, and I'm on PC 1, click on the web browser, and I just type in CBIS 3213 and click go. It takes me to CBIS 3213, and you'll notice it says CBIS 3213, which technically is on the server here. So it's on the server's web server, which is here, index.html. So what I did was, in the DNS server, I turned it on, and I added an A record. The A record says this is the name of the website, so brianmarshall.com or CBIS3213. The type is A record, and the detail is what server does it go to. Just like that. It says anywhere on this network that has this DNS server, go to 192.168.1.4 if that name is requested. Okay? So let's just see if that works on this side. So I click on this DNS server or this DHCP server, and I say the DNS server is going to be 192.168, and I'm not sure if this is going to work, 1.4. I really am not sure if this is going to work. So let's just see if this does work. So I close this after I set. I don't think I saved it. Hold on, let's see. Let's go back. No, it did not. I did not click the save button here. So let's do that again. 192.168.1.4 and click save. I might have to have this on the same subnet, but let's just look and see if this will work. And then I come over to this laptop, go to IP. It's still not right, but if I go to static, back to DHCP, it should request it. And now, if I go to the web browser and type in CBIS3213 and go, and it does work. So DNS does not have to be on the same network. Essentially what it will do is it will go and it'll say, where's the DNS server? And this server is going to say the DNS server is actually way over here on this third network, and it's going to know how to get over to this network. Now, it might fail the first time because it does not know what is on the network yet. Just like when you move a packet from, when I moved this packet, which was from here, this packet from here to here, it failed. However, when I did it a second time, it was successful because it has to build the network out in its networking tables. Okay, so let's do another breakdown. We have 3 networks. We have a server with 2 PCs, a server with a laptop, and then we also have this network is being run by its own DHCP server here, which has been configured, and then this server has its own DHCP server running. It also has a DNS server running, and it also has an HTTP server running. Okay. Now on this side here, all servers always have static IP addresses. Okay. All servers always have static IP addresses. Okay. And then this one also has a static IP. Now let's just go back and look at the router configuration real quick. If you click on this router, you have fast Ethernet 00 and serial Ethernet or serial 010. If we click on 010, I just set it to on 2.1, 255, and set this one to a time of 64,000. I also set up my RIP, the 1.0 network and the 2.0 network. Again, type it in there and click add. Okay, make sure you go into settings, and when you're all done, you click save. On the fast Ethernet, it's very simple. Just turn it on 1.1 and 255, which does that automatically. On the next router, same thing for RIP. Instead of 1.0 and 2.0, it's 2.0 and 3.0. It's what networks are connected to this router. Well, it's the 2 and the 3 are connected to this router. So you do that. You also go into here. For some reason, this is showing up 200,000. I changed it and it just goes right back. However, it still works. So this needs to be set to not set. And for some reason, it's not being set. And I really don't care. It is still working, so we're good. And then fast Ethernet here, that fast Ethernet port, which is here, I just set it to 3.1 and then 255. Make sure I turn it on. Again, all green lights, and I have not worried at all about the physical locations. So this is just logical. If we click on the physical inside our corporate office, inside our wiring closet, we have our 3 PCs, our 2 PCs and our laptop, and inside the wiring closet we have lots of routers and lots of switches. You can get those changed. We'll just call that the extra part. for the homework. Get the physical location set up correctly, and then I just want you to upload the .pkt to a Thursday lab assignment. So it should be really easy. So today the whole focus is DHCP, DNS, and just more practice getting this set up. Extra credit or extra work that if you want to do, focus on the physical side, and if you want to, turn this laptop into a wireless access point, or using a wireless access point. That would be pretty cool.